Hi, it's me again. My family's asleep right now. It's only 9:17, but they get to bed really early except for me. I'm the night owl around here. Anyways, the last time I spoke, I said that I was going to talk about computers and video games that I've had in the past and just the whole evolution of stuff that I've seen. And it's quite amazing just to see how everything changes so quickly and yet in such a span of time. Anyways, the first game that I ever encountered was Pong. For those of you who aren't old enough to remember, Pong was this huge console that you would attach to your TV, and you had the little dial that you would move the paddles up and down just to bounce the ball back and forth on your screen. I can't believe I played this for hours on end, and apparently I suck at it too. So Pong was my first game. Then we went to Intellivision. Now there was I think Commodore 64, Atari, and Intellivision out at the same time around. So noise upstairs. I think everything's okay. Never know. Where was I? Oh, Intellivision. So everyone tends to be partial, I think, to the consoles that they grew up with. Television had some great games. Snafu was probably one of my favorites. Woohoo! I still rock. Now, I didn't have Atari, but I have played a lot of these games, so I must have played them at friends' houses or something like that, because I remember this Decathlon, and I also remember, of course, Centipede, but that's a classic arcade game. I played that one in the arcades. I do remember this one, though. I played this one a lot, and for the life of me, I don't know why, because I've played it again since, and it was really bad. I mean, it was very simple in its thing, in the way that it was. And I think I even played that on Intellivision, but I must be wrong because it has it here as an Atari, so. Now, I never got the opportunity to play on a Commodore, and that's probably why I don't recognize half of these games. For those of you that don't know, this is GameTap. It's a great way to be able to play all the old games if you want to play them. And it sorts everything by console. So they have Commodore 64, Atari. They even have old DOS games. So my family lived in Saudi Arabia for 5 years. And when we were there, we managed to get the cutting edge of computers. An Apple computer. The thing was a behemoth, but it was my first true desktop computer, and I don't even know if there was a hard drive in the thing. I mean, it was well, it was, but very, very minimal space that could be on it, and pretty much only DOS programs, and anything else you needed a 5 1/4-inch floppy, 2 of them in some certain senses. Take a look. Beautiful, isn't it? Love it. They even have old DOS games, and this is a lot what I played on the Apple computer when I lived in Saudi Arabia. All the Zork games. The Zork games were the classic of adventure-style games. If you like adventure gaming, this was the start of it. Zork. And this is all you got. No images, just a description, and you either had to put, there's a small mailbox here, so you would put open mailbox. Opening the small mailbox reveals a leaflet. So that is your classic adventure game, and that I remember doing a lot. And I don't think I ever finished one of these adventure games, especially Zork. I would always end up dying somewhere, and I just never really had the patience for it. But I did make one myself, actually, by learning some DOS programming, and for the life of me, I wouldn't remember how to do it, but it was fun when I did it. Anyways, that's about the history of my computer gaming and computer experience. Now I, of course, have my dual monitor thing going, and I have all sorts of games and video editing software, and it's so easy to get now, and the size of the hard drives and the RAM, and I mean, I remember when 8 meg of RAM was majorly huge, but I mean, you couldn't survive on 8 meg of RAM at all. You couldn't run a system on 8 meg of RAM. Anyways, if you are at all interested in sharing any of your gaming or computer history with me, I'd love to hear it in your comments. Send me a video, and share it with the rest of us. Okay? Anyways, toodles.